Hi, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank MyGig user for sending a person over to my channel that wants to learn how to downgrade firmware for their GoPro Hero 10 from VO1.30 to VO1.20. Now, I have version 1.30 on my camera. I'm going to downgrade. For the reason for me is because when I'm finished, I got that little bug from GoPro that no longer is going to bother me. For the reason that after I finish transferring my files, I shut my camera off and I let it sit there and charge. Some people out there think that how can they charge the camera from a computer? Very simple. Plug it in and there you go. Now, mine stays warm after it's charging, and I want to downgrade. So this is what we're going to do. Not many people know what to do and how to do it. You need to have a card slot reader, or if your machine takes the SDXC card like mine does, and I am going to place it in. On my machine, I'm going to open up the GP10 firmware 1.20. I'm going to right click and copy the update. I'm going to place in my card, and I'm going to right click and paste in my update file. Now, when you open this up, you don't have to do anything. You're going to see the camfwv.bin, the data.bin, and the fw update file, the text document. You're all done. You have the option to eject your card or eject it down here. And that's exactly what we're going to do. I'm going to place it right here on the table. I'm going to bring you now nice and close to the camera. Your GoPro should be 50% or more charged. You're going to open up the door. For some, they simply remove the battery, and others, they simply just feel for the SD card, and they do their best to take it out. We're going to place in a SDXC card. Make sure it locks into place. Place back in that battery. And we can close that door. And we got acknowledgement from GoPro. Now when I hit the quick capture or mode on, we're going to go to a update. But before I do that, I want to show you the firmware that I'm on. I swipe down, I swipe to the left, I go to preference, I go all the way to about, and there's my firmware, 1.30. I put my card in, got my acknowledgement, and I hit the on button. I'm downgrading to the latest firmware. Now, while this is downgrading, why would you want to downgrade? Well, one of the reasons is we use a media module. And when we plug into the USB port, it now asks us that we are required to use a 5.0 volt 2 amp charger. Well, in the background, you hear me tapping on this box. That is 5.0 2 amps. The GoPro is not. The GoPro is 1.2 amps, about average. And it's been that way for quite some long time. It doesn't take too much to run the GoPro. But what GoPro is doing is they're wanting you to more or less use an Enduro battery rather than the media module. And maybe in firmware version 1.40, you'll see it fixed. We're completing with the actual downgrade. And did it take another minute or two? Now, if you have any questions on this downgrade, don't hesitate to ask. There we are. We are finished downgrading. Didn't use any battery at all. and we swipe into preference, and we look at the about, and we go to the camera information, version 1.20. I'm going to leave mine on version 1.20, and I hope you can, show a like, make a comment. What do you think about version 01.30? If GoPro's listening and they want to come back here and say, hey, Fish, we got the Max 2 for you. Don't get the Insta360 X2. Get our camera. I'm here to test it out. Have a great day, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this downgraded video. How simple it is. How you can downgrade your camera if you have your firmware saved.